What's up guys, Brendan here. Today I'm going to show you how to install some Strange Pro Series front brakes on your 11 to 14 Mustang GT. Let's get started. I've got everything all tore apart already. I'm also doing the billet hubs from Strange, and the goal is to lose a little more weight. The car is all motor, so being that it's all motor, all the weight you can lose helps tremendously. And the end goal for the car is to run a 10-second pass on the motor. So we'll get started and show you how to do everything, assuming you know how to break it down this far. It's really not that hard, but we'll just we'll give it a go. Alright, so step one, you're going to clean your spindle. Just get all the dirt and stuff off. Then you're going to take the caliper bracket, slide it over the spindle, line your holes up, and then you're going to use the countersunk bolt. Toss it in there. Alright, this one's torqued to 50 foot-pounds. Now you're going to take your hub, and we pre-installed the studs. You use blue Loctite, and the studs get torqued to 65 foot-pounds. You just slide that right on. Make sure that's up there good. And you take your new axle nut. Thread that on. And this is torqued to 200 foot-pounds. I'm just going to run it up with the impact. Alright, now after that, you're going to put your cap on your nut. Just use a little bit of oil on the O-ring. Just get it started. Take a rubber mallet, like a rag or something, just kind of tap it in. And you'll hear it bottom out. Just spin it, make sure it's flush. This one's not. Alright, now we're going to clean the rotor off. Throw that on. Now we'll install the caliper. The caliper has to be shimmed to where the rotor sits centered between this section here. So you want to try and shim it to where the rotor is centered as possible. The other side, I didn't use any shims. We already did that one just to kind of get an idea how to do the job. But you're just going to have to shim it depending on your application. So we'll throw this up there and see how it is so far. Now it's pretty centered there. So we'll try it with no shims, just like the other side. For the caliper, you're going to use these bolts here with the black washer. Alright, I just like to run them up snug and then take a look with the rotor right there, and you just want to try and center it as good as you can between the bracket and the caliper on each side. Just make sure you have about the same amount of clearance on each side of the rotor within the caliper itself. So if you're satisfied with your clearance there, those bolts get torqued to 35 foot-pounds. Alright, and then once you get those torqued, you just want to double check your clearance between your calipers. And this looks like it's still good. So then we can move on with installing the pads. So your pads are just going to slide down into the caliper like this. You don't want to push them in all the way yet. You want to leave the hole just above the edge of the caliper. Slide this little black sleeve in first and use that to kind of help you push down. And the pads will bottom out inside the caliper. And then you're going to slide your bolt in, start your nut. Then just run this up nice and snug. A couple things to note while I'm thinking about it. The rotors are directional as well as the calipers. There's an arrow on the rotor right there indicating the direction. And then there's also an arrow here on the caliper indicating direction of travel. So now we can move on to the lines. I bought Wilwood lines, and they come with the line, the fitting to adapt to your stock brake line, a bracket, and then the clip to hold it to the bracket. I don't know if there's any other ones out there, but this is just what I went with. So you got to remove the stock brake line. This kit also deletes the ABS on the front, so you can go ahead and remove your ABS sensor as well. And I'll go ahead and do all that now. Alright, so we got our new line installed. You just want to make sure it's not going to bind up or anything like that. And then we're going to turn the wheel lock to lock and make sure, you know, we got enough slack and everything. We already checked on the other side, so we know we're good. Got our new brackets installed, so everything's held in place. So now the only thing left to do is bleed them and put your wheels back on and go give them a drive. Alright guys, so here they are all finished up and they look freaking amazing. I'm super happy with the quality of them. Strange is a great company. I'm very glad to be able to have these brakes. Shouts out to John Bowen over at Juggernaut. He hooked me up on these, got me the Wilwood lines and everything that I needed, so I didn't have to worry with trying to find lines for it or anything. Alright guys, my camera died the other day, so I'm just picking this up a few days later. I got everything installed and they look great. I'll back up a little bit so you can get a behind the wheel shot there. They stop amazing. I've had them on the car for a couple days now. I've driven it probably, I don't know, 50 miles or so. It's amazing. The stopping power on these things is great. Highly recommend this kit. Super awesome, super easy to install. You know, if you have a little bit of mechanical knowledge, that is. It's not, you know, too hard if you don't, but you probably would want somebody with a helping hand there that does have mechanical knowledge if you're doing this install. The only thing that I want to note is I had to get newer lug nuts. I had like Acorn style, and they wouldn't fit after I put the new billet hubs on because the studs are extended. So I did have to get an open end lug nut, so that kind of looks like crap, but on the drag wheels it won't look so bad. And I don't really care. I mean, I didn't do this for aesthetics. I did this for weight savings. Like I said, this is an NA car, so weight savings goes a long way. So yeah. Alright guys, just wanted to say thanks for watching one more time. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hopefully be doing some more videos on this thing. And I actually just picked up a new F-150 as well, so be expecting some videos on that. Until then, you guys have a good one. See ya.